Well, Norwich City continue to stride on in the Championship, this time 3-1 winners against Millwall at Carrow Road. Goals from Jonathan Rowe, Josh Sargent and Ashley Barnes was too much for Millwall in one of the most dominant performances we've seen so far this season. We remain unbeaten in the Championship. We're up to third place in the table and just having lots of fun doing it. It's such a joyful place to be at the moment, Carrow Road, and it's so lovely to say that because it's been a while since we've been able to say that. You know, the Premier League relegation was a slog. The Championship campaign last season was even more of a slog. And, you know, I certainly went into this season with limited expectation. I felt like I was going into it with realistic expectation. But I think there's reason to get excited about this Norwich City side. The one concern is probably the depth, and I think we probably saw that with, you know, the substitutions we made later on in the game, and I think our performance dwindled somewhat from that point on. But we'll certainly start with the positives, and there are lots of them. I mean, we obviously have to start with Johnny Rowe because he continues to have a go, and a bloody good go at that. And, you know, I'm starting to lose words for this man. 4 goals in 4 matches. And just looks so bright. I mean, the only thing that stopped him today was Josh Sargent kicking him square in the face, which didn't help. But once again, I think today's goal was actually probably his best, and there's been some absolute corkers. But the way that he started the move and he ended the move so brilliantly, and you're just looking at this guy going, what is, you know, is there anything you can't do? Once again, Johnny Rowe absolutely superb. I thought we were really good first half. I thought we were dominant. I thought we could have been more than one ahead. Millwall didn't really lay a glove on us. But you're hoping that Norwich can, you know, kick on and get a second. Because so often last season, you know, we'd have a good 20-minute spell. We'd maybe score. Maybe we wouldn't. And we'd come out either losing or drawing the match. And I think that's still fresh trauma in the back of my head. But, you know, 4 minutes into the second half, Josh Sargent scores a header. And I thought he looked incredibly bright, and I'm loving what I'm seeing from Josh Sargent so far this season. I saw a tweet from a chap I follow, Craig, who said he's just coming into his own, Josh Sargent, not only with Barnes, but playing through the middle. He's out of the pooky kind of limelight, and he's coming into his own, which is brilliant to see. I think Josh Sargent very much looks the real deal this season. Norwich City continued to press. You know, it was liquid football at times. And then Ashley Barnes scores. And this is probably the most satisfying of the goals for me, because Barnes has been really good for the entirety of this season so far. But you just wanted him to get that goal. His link-up play has been brilliant so far this season. I thought he was unfortunate not to get his opening goal for Norwich City last week against Southampton. It was ruled offside. Today he gets the goal. It's his 100th senior league goal. It was a slightly poor defending from Millwall, but it was a really nice finish on the swivel. So delighted for Ashley Barnes. And Norwich are 3-0 up, and they could have quite easily added another 3 from that point. Josh Sargent had a really good opportunity. There were a few more chances. Norwich City continued to stride forwards. And then came the substitutes. Adam Eady came on, Sam McCallum came on, and then Big Andy and Nunes came on later on. Norwich then did concede to a Mac who late on in the game. But I thought the changes when Sargent and Fasnacht and Jonathan Rowe went off the pitch, kind of 70th to the 80th minute, I thought the performance levels really dropped. Look, it's natural, I think, when you know you're going on to win the game for intensity kind of levels to drop somewhat. I would have liked to have seen us really push on and maybe add a 4th and a 5th. But I'm getting very greedy here. We've gone up against the Millwall side who have been ever present in the kind of close to the playoff scene over the last few years. And we absolutely dominated the game from start to finish. We've talked about the goal scorers. I have to speak about Gabriel Sara, because his performance today once again was absolutely sublime. And this is a man operating at a level that he's just too good for. He created I think it was 6 chances today, 6 chances against Millwall. No other player in the entire game managed to create more than 3. It means that he's created 19 chances so far this season. The next best is 12. Gabriel Sara is creating opportunities for his counterparts, and he just looks so good doing it. I mean, it's just so simple for him. And, you know, the one small anxiety kind of thing I've got at the moment is the thought of Gabriel Sara possibly leaving the football club. That does concern me. I think if a suitable bid comes in, Norwich City will accept it. Now, what that bid has to be, I don't know. But there have to be Premier League clubs looking at this man. I mean, I've watched a fair bit of Premier League football this weekend, and a good few teams I think Sara could probably get into. Hopefully he doesn't, but I think there's a possibility. I've also seen the transfer rumours surrounding Josh Sargent and Kenny McLean, both linked to Leeds United. I would be very surprised if those go through. Equally, you know, Norwich are in a financial position where if suitable bids come in, you know, I think they're going to accept it. Whether Sargent and McLean would want to go to Leeds, I guess you have got the Farker pull. I don't think they'd want to swap this current project for what Leeds have got going on at the moment. But Norwich City continue to look really good. The fixtures coming up look favourable. It's Huddersfield up next, then it's Bristol City in the Cup, then it's Rotherham and Stoke. So Norwich City could, you know, quite easily, you know, be 6 games into this league, be very much in a top 6 picture. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I think the lack of depth concerns me somewhat. I mean, looking at the kind of bench today, let's just flick through here at our lineup. You know, I'd like to see another kind of central defensive midfielder. I've said that plenty. I guess we had Gibbs on the bench, but Springett, McCallum, Eder, Omobamidele, Nunez, Gibbs and Fisher. A couple of injuries to this squad and you're suddenly kind of delving into the youth ranks, which isn't ideal. I thought Duffy was really good again today, and actually it hadn't quite hit me until today just how big he is, and I think that really helps. I thought Stacey was brilliant. So much chat on the concourse surrounding Dimi Yanulis and how much better he looks this season. So plenty to smile about this Norwich team. I think that the only player I haven't mentioned so far is Christian Fasnacht, who I think's, you know, final ball looks far better than what we've seen from other wingers over the past couple of seasons. So once again, a really promising performance from this Norwich side. I don't want to get too carried away just yet, but I am very much going to enjoy what I'm seeing at Carrow Road at the moment, because it's been a while since we've seen it. It's nice to see the players smiling. They clearly like what's going on at the football club at the moment, and there's reason to be optimistic. Jonathan Rowe, Josh Sargent, Gabriel Sara, my standout performers today, but I think all 11 players on that pitch can take real spirit and real hope from that performance. It was once again really impressive. Let me know what you thought down in the comments section below. I'm looking forward to all of the games coming up. I just can't wait for the next one now. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye bye.